Good morning, everyone. This is Rhett Scott at hpCommerce Software. Welcome to day 2 of the HP Quickstart class. Today's class will be on working with products, labor, and power tools for product updates. I want to dive into a couple of the dashboard function keys in a little bit more detail. The first thing I want to cover is starting to talk about managing inventory, using the detailed info function key and the utilities and reports function key, and performing a physical inventory. In this segment of our class today, we're going to be covering inventory management. Let's go back to the part we were working with before. And we're going to go into F9 detailed info. This is a very busy screen, and I want to go over several items that are on this really great and powerful form. First of all, for your current pricing, this screen will show what your markups are. At 81.2 for pricing for price level A, that's a 45% markup. And it also will show the margin. And the margin is at your current average cost. So this margin is 32.27. At the bottom of the form, there are function keys to be able to hop in real quickly and see what's going on with this particular part. So you can see whether it's on any open purchase orders, any open sales orders, or if it happens to be a component of a bill of material or a kit. Now let's talk about inventory management. At the core of HP is an inventory management system. Anytime you do anything with a part, you want to tell HP about it. If you're receiving it, you want to let HP know that you've received some of it. If you've sold it, you want to use the sales order to show that it's been sold. If it's been damaged and you're going to have to return it to a manufacturer, you're going to want to let HP know that you're decreasing the inventory. In order to keep your inventory accurate, you need to let HP know about any form of inventory movement. On this screen, you can get a breakdown of what's going on with an item. It will show you what the quantity available is. And quantity available is a function of your total in-house less what's committed to orders, back orders, or being held for conversions. Subtract those off your total in-house and it will arrive at what you have available to be sold. You can go to this screen, F9 detailed info, to get a breakdown on your inventory situation for any particular item at any time. So let's say that something does happen to your inventory and you need to let HP know about it. You can go into F5 Utilities Reports, and on this form you have the ability to make an increase adjustment and a decrease adjustment. You would only want to use these tools if the adjustment that you want to make is not related to selling the item or receiving the item via purchasing. You would want to use the purchasing system in order to increase your inventory, and you would want to use the sales order system in order to decrease your inventory. That way it will give you a historical record. All inventory increases and decreases done via this form are tracked, and there's reporting that you can use on the reports menu to be able to see entries that may have been made via this form. If we need to do a decrease adjustment, we can go and select B, decrease adjustment, and we can specify the quantity removed. And we can give a reason why it's being decreased, and that will automatically decrease our inventory. So now we have 52 instead of 57. Also on this screen, you can go look at price change history. You can look at cost change history. And this is a great place to go to see information about the movement of an item in just one step. The last item that I want to talk about in dealing with managing inventory, and keeping in mind we're trying to keep things very simple, and HP will manage your inventory accurately for you if you just tell it what's going on with your inventory. If you take the time to do the sales, to do the receiving, to make the adjustments if things are damaged or returned to manufacturers, or you happen to find something and tell HP about it, then your inventory is going to stay accurate. But from time to time, you may perform a physical inventory. This time of year, we get contacted by many of our customers asking about the best way to perform a physical inventory. And we always tell them the same thing. Print out an inventory audit worksheet. This will be a report that you can print for just one product line or for all product lines. Go count your inventory and then use the inventory maintenance windows, LK8, to update your inventory. Let's take a quick look at those tools. So we'll go into Report Submodule menu, and then into, we'll go into the Submodule menu and then to the Reports module, and then into Inventory, and then into Inventory Audit Worksheet F4. We're just going to select one product line. We want it to print out by part number. And this is our inventory audit worksheet. So this is our inventory audit worksheet. It gives you a nice place to write on and a checkbox to indicate whether or not everything for that item is okay, whether the total, in-house, and available are correct. You can make corrections using these lines. And then if you're using the fields on part number maintenance to indicate the stocking locations, then those will also print out on the report. Once you've done your inventory count, then you would want to use LK8 to specify any adjustments that you want to make. So you go into the inventory submodule menu, the inventory maintenance windows, and then 8 shelf stock quantities. You can indicate whether you want to make the adjustments to on hand or available. So why would you want to choose one over the other? You may have a situation where you're a car builder and you have a lot of the inventory is pulled and is actually bolted onto the car. In that case, if you counted what was on the shelf, that would be what would be available. And you would want to indicate that the adjustments you're going to make are going to be to the available quantity. If you're not in that situation where most of your orders are closed and you don't have them being held or staged in some way, and most of the items you have are on the shelf, then you'd want to do on hand. And then it asks you for the product line, and it will pull everything in the same order as the report that was printed. You can then go down and make adjustments. So we could adjust that to 45, change this one to 8. We can go down here and put 25 here. And we've made adjustments to items, and we can just keep going down. If we happen to lose track of what we're doing, perhaps there's a fire drill or some other event, and you just don't want to save the work that you've done, you can escape out of here. You'll be prompted whether or not you want to save your adjustments, and you can say yes or no, and then the adjustments will either be made or not made.